This is Joe Dubuque, and you are watching The Experience.
Yeah, so warming up for the semifinal. Feeling good, I'm in the zone. I just saw Pat make the finals, doing something historic, first finalist in maybe like 20 years. And I was just excited and I was ready to join him. And so I was locked in, doing my warm-ups, getting in my routine. And these NCAA camera crews actually come up to me, put like this bright light in front of me, and have the camera angle on me. And it was a little weird because I was trying to get in the zone and do my thing, and then I had this bright light flashing on me. And you just kind of sit there and embrace it. You can't be like, yo, get out of here, I'm trying to warm up. But it was cool. It was definitely cool to know I was on that big stage and know that camera crews wanted to put the light on me.
Quincy's a showman. You know, he knows where the cameras are. And he's going to put on a performance for everybody. And I love it. I love it. He's worked his butt off to be put in that position where, you know, he wants to show everybody his skills. He wants to showcase his ability.
Yeah, so right here, I was putting the Grill Women's Wrestling shirt on. Lori Ayers sent us these shirts like a few weeks before Nationals and told us about wearing them at day 2. And so I made sure to pack it in my bag and tuck it away for day 2. I didn't wear it at the start of the day because I kind of wanted to do it if I had a bigger platform, and so waited to the semis where I knew there was going to be a lot more cameras and stuff, and so put it on, just warm-up shirt. Yeah, coming out into the mat here, it was a different feel. Semifinals. Got a lot more fans that are really kind of tuned in, focused in on your match, and you know that. They're holding the mats, they're holding the matches, and so all the semifinals are going at the same time. It was really exciting, cool atmosphere. I was kind of looking around a lot, just taking it in. Really grateful to be there. And there's a moment where I kind of look up at the Tiger section, see my family and all the fans, family, friends. And I just give him a little fist pump, let him know we're there.
Moving into the semis match, we're feeling pretty confident. He wrestled this kid at Cliff Keen, the Michigan guy, and he controlled the match. So we felt really great about him being able to score and really about his opponent not being able to score on him.
Going into this match was a little bit different than going into Pat's match. You know, Pat was, you know, he's coming off of a loss with that guy, where here, Quincy, you know, beat this guy pretty handily in the Las Vegas, I think it was the quarterfinals. So I was a little bit more calm. Obviously, you know, you can't rest on that. That's not what you're gonna, we don't go in thinking this is gonna be easy. But again, if you wrestle the way you wrestled the previous meeting, you're gonna come out on top. So that's why I was just trying to keep him, you know, keep him looking and just do what you do, right? You do what you do, you wrestle to the best of your ability, nobody can stay with you. And just looking at Quincy, it's like, I felt pretty good, you know, with his just demeanor. Again, man, he's got that pace, he's got that strut, you know, of confidence, so.
Yeah, so I was facing Will Lewan from Michigan, really stingy defensive wrestler. I wrestled him twice before this in my career, and I had won both matches, and so I was pretty confident going into this. I knew if I just stuck with what I did, focused on my offense, staying stingy, I'd come away with the win. And at this point, it was like destiny. I saw Pat make the finals. I was in a good spot to make the finals, and so I felt good. There wasn't really anything that was going to stop me. Yeah, and like I said, he's a pretty good, stingy defensive wrestler. Got to the leg a couple times, but didn't really have the angle on it. So I was like, all right, I need a deeper shot. A lot of fakes, a lot of movement, level change, double. Driving up through and keep the feet running. I do have a big complaint on myself though from this tournament. Was I did not do a good job riding. I kind of couldn't, I didn't feel very confident with the right side, riding to the right and flaring out. Every time they were coming to that hand, I kind of just had to let it go. So I was very left side heavy, and it did not work out very well during this tournament. And so by this point, I kind of knew, all right, I'm going to be winning these matches on my feet because I'm not able to hold these guys down right now. So as long as I can get away and take them down, that's just what I'm going to have to do to win.
You can see here, Quincy's just tough to get a hand on, and then he's tough to move. So you can get to a tie, but his positioning is so solid that you just don't see any openings. Right now, I've sparred with Quincy. I haven't gone line with him much, but to his opponent right now, Quincy's legs seem a million miles away. Great first period. Took 2 shots, scored 1. Guy never had, the Michigan wrestler never really had an opportunity to score, so pretty cool. Quincy's great on bottom. I'm guessing they're thinking they're going to try to ride him. They ain't riding him. Boom. Oh, you know what? When he's sitting there, I was a little nervous. I saw that. Maybe he gets a cradle. Right out. Perfect. Riding time, not a factor. It's exactly what we want.
I'm telling him he's not going to shoot on you. That's kind of me. So I got that from my assistant coach. I say that to Quincy. He ain't going to shoot on you. He ain't going to shoot on you. What I want is I want his opponent to listen, and I want him to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to shoot on him," and I want Quincy to actually score off of his leg attacks. So because Quincy's a really good counterattack. So sure enough, right when they go back to the restart, his opponent shoots on him right away. Quincy gets his legs back. Doesn't score off of it, but the coaching, the mind play of coaching and the competitiveness, kind of playing mind games out there. I got what I wanted, but it would have been nice if he would have scored off of that shot.
He was really emphasizing the ride, and I was like, yeah, all right, I can do that. But, I mean, everyone's got tweaks at this point, and so you got to do what you can. I still think I could have done a better job if I had more forward pressure, but at that point, I kind of knew I was going to give it up. Yeah, so time's starting to tick down. I kind of have to switch into the stingy, don't let him touch my legs. Yeah, that's when he's first real shots he's taken. And so that's kind of mirrored a lot of my matches where I came out firing at first, and then we got short time and I had to kind of keep them off my legs when they started firing a lot of shots. And at this point, you got to be smart strategically. You can't get hit with a stalling. You have to kind of stay engaged, stay in the center of the circle. And then right there, we made it. That's history. The thumbs up. Joey D, he was giving me a lot of problems because whenever he'd say something to me in my previous matches over the year, I'd always give him a thumbs up, like, all right, I got it, coach. And he was like, you can't do thumbs up anymore. And so he let me get away with it this time.
So pretty funny thing about that moment is after Quincy won, he gave Joe 2 thumbs ups. But Joe gave him 2 thumbs up back. Goes back to earlier in the season. When Joe would tell him stuff on the mat, Quincy would always give him a thumbs up, and Coach Dubuque, kid, why you always give me a thumbs up, man? You don't have to give me a thumbs up. So then even in practice and stuff, and I would start doing it. So we all started giving Coach Dubuque thumbs up. So the double thumbs up was pretty awesome.
So one day in practice, I was like, you know how many times you give me the thumbs up in just like a practice? It's got to be 20, 30 times. And so I was kind of busting his chops about the thumbs up thing, and then I was telling him, hey, give me a thumbs down, every once in a while. So I think he was planning this, once he won, he went over to me, he gave me a double thumbs up, and it was pretty awesome. You build relationships with your athletes that last forever, and these guys want to know that you're more than a coach, right? You're a friend, you're a mentor, you're a coach, you're a father figure when their parents are a couple states away, and yeah, I think it's awesome, the relationships we built with these guys. It makes it that much sweeter when they accomplish their goals.
I know, that's awesome.
Again, going through what we went through, he hadn't been an All-American yet, so it was pretty awesome. He's wearing the Grow Women's Wrestling shirt, which is awesome, supporting the fam, supporting women's wrestling. He's just a class act, man, just a class act.
And it's crazy how fast it happens after you come off the mat. You got a bunch of cameras on you, interviews, people pulling you this way and that way, telling you what room to go to. And honestly, it's always weird right here with the timing because you got to make weight the next day. And so you're still trying to keep your sweat going a little bit. After this interview, I think I put my hood back on to do the rest of my interviews, just to try to keep the sweat rolling. Got to give the shout out to the Grow Women's Wrestling, of course.
Right here.
Had some good moments backstage with all my coaches. Kind of just able, away from the cameras a little bit, to interact with them and appreciate each other and how far we come and how much work we put into this moment.
Yeah, so the first question, strategy going into this match, it was really just wrestle the way I wrestle. Don't really plan for them much. I wrestled Luan a couple times in my career. He's a stingy wrestler. He doesn't really come forward a lot. He's a defensive wrestler, and that's kind of been the story of my tournament so far. Guys have been kind of trying to keep it close. Not really attacking me a lot. Makes it a little harder for me to get to my stuff, but I found a way to get a couple attacks in here and there and pick my spots.
When I was a kid, I always kind of looked to this moment. This is really the only time of the year that wrestling really gets any shine on ESPN during nationals, and to get that camera time, you gotta make it far. You gotta do well in the tournament, and so just kind of envisioning that growing up, a little extra motivation, saying hi to the friends, family back home.
It'd just be the culmination of a lot of hard work, a lot of belief in the process with our coaching staff and our team. We put in countless hours of blood, sweat, and tears in our room, and just trusting in the process. It's been hard, of course, with COVID last year, kind of blew everything up in our faces. We had a lot of momentum going into the national tournament. We were feeling really good, and so to have that happen and then also not being able to compete last year, it really hurt, and it was hard to kind of...
So that was really cool, just being able to speak on a few topics, the rise of Princeton's program, the vision that our coaches had, my team, and then just my family legacy, being able to contribute to that, be a bigger part of a bigger story than myself. It was really cool. I was really trying to live in that moment and take it all in because I realized how much of a special moment it was.
Kind of started building that back up, and so I think you're seeing us returning to kind of the momentum that we had going, and it's only going up from here.
So overall, the 2022 NCAA experience in Detroit was amazing. There were some ups, there was also some downs, but we made history again with 2 NCAA finals. And it propels our program to another level, where next year we've done that already. We've already been to the finals, and now it's time to win it. The question is, who's going to win it? Who's going to be the guy? The question is, how many All-Americans are we going to have next year? We have the same team back, and we're hungry. We're hungry, we want a trophy, and we want more All-Americans, and we want a national champ or national champions. And we can do those things. But this year in Detroit was special. It'll live in my heart forever as one of the best NCAA tournaments. Friday night was by far my favorite coaching moment when we had 2 wrestlers punch their way to the finals of the NCAA tournament. It was just amazing. This is Coach Ayers, and you're watching The Experience.